It's been a long month away from Los Angeles from the Rams, but they return 6-2 after a 51-17 victory over the New York Football Giants. With Gary Klein and Mike DiGiovanna, I'm Lindsay Theory for the Los Angeles Times. Gary, 6-2. They're now at the halfway mark of the season. The entire team is healthy. Can you believe that this is where the Rams are?
I don't think anyone can believe where the Rams are. Even Sean McVay, he talks about one game at a time, all that kind of stuff. Obviously, they have something going. But if you were to ask anyone, would a team that finished 4-12 last year be 6-2 heading into the second half of the season? I think most people would say no way.
That would include probably Todd Gurley, who after the game said, "This is crazy." Deej, you were with us last season. This year you're covering the Chargers, but you fly in here to cover the Rams because it's a winning team now. How much different does this team look than that 4-12 squad that you so fondly remember last year?
Actually, I was in the neighborhood with the Chargers last weekend, so I decided to swing by. Yeah, what a huge difference. I mean, to me, the immediate things that really strikes me is that Jared Goff is a much better quarterback when he is not running for his life. They've got such a better offensive line. The addition of Whitworth at left tackle, immeasurable difference, and I think all the other guys are in their right positions. And if memory serves me, they lost an offensive tackle in there. I won't name any names, but let's just say Whitworth is a great upgrade for this team.
The Rams actually had a celebration dance in the end zone. They've been watching all the other teams do it, and they kind of realized, hey, we're a winning team. We can do this kind of thing now. Gary, that was with Robert Woods, Sammy Watkins, and Tyler Higbee. A really big day for all three of those guys, and, of course, for Jared Goff.
I think it all goes back to Goff. We've talked about this throughout the season. He passed for a career-best 4 touchdowns tonight, 311 yards, spread the ball around. Maybe more importantly than anything, besides Robert Woods finally getting in the end zone, he had the long pass to Sammy Watkins. We'd all been waiting for that. Goff said he thought he put too much on it, but in fact, Watkins hauled it in. And if the Rams can do that, just the threat of being able to do that takes their offense up another notch.
Watkins said after the game that he was running for his life to make that catch. And then, of course, Robert Woods was signed with this team to kind of be the pillar of professionalism in the locker room. He didn't want to break a smile, but his teammates kind of were chuckling and cheering him on there. And, of course, finally admitted that he was really happy to finally get that touchdown catch. Now, Deej, the defense, 3 turnovers there in the first half. Aaron Donald, he hasn't signed that contract yet, but you better believe he's probably going to get paid with the kind of performance he had today.
Yeah, he was right in the middle of it, right from the start. You saw on that, I think it was the third play where they had a 3rd and short, and the offensive guard for the Giants, false start. You can tell the kind of pressure and presence he has. You know, that guy's a little concerned about Aaron Donald, as he should be. Next play, fakes inside, goes outside, clear shot at Manning, knocks the ball out of his hand, fumble recovery, first touchdown of the game, and they're off. 3 turnovers led to 17 first-half points, and that pretty much sealed the game in my mind.
The Rams say they're taking it one game at a time. Of course they are. That's the old cliche. But as they continue to repeat that, Gary, it kind of seems believable. The next game, it's against the Houston Texans. Now, as they start the second half of the season, how do you think they're going to handle it? I think they're going to be just fine after they've gone on the road for almost a month and basically had this whole red flag on their schedule that said they're not going to return in good shape. They're returning almost in perfect shape.
That will be the big test now for this Rams team. How do you handle success? They have never been in this position. They have guys like Andrew Whitworth, who's been through a playoff run. But really, the veterans on this team, they're not accustomed to this, and they acknowledge it. But they feel like that they'll have their concentration in place. They go back to the Coliseum. The last time Rams fans saw this Rams team, it was against the Seattle Seahawks. They scored 1 touchdown in a loss. Since then, they've been on the road. They've scored 40 points for the 3rd time this season. It's a completely different looking team, and we'll see if the Rams can energize the Coliseum.
We'll see if they'll have some touchdown celebrations ready to go. Again, they're 6-2, finally realizing they're allowed to have a little bit of fun out here. All right, we're out of here, heading back from MetLife Stadium to Los Angeles with Gary and Mike. I'm Lindsay for the Los Angeles Times.